4 penalties during the half. 18 trips to the box versus 12 trips to the box from Casgoul. Gores really need to clamp down on their penalty troubles. And Casgoul, well, they kind of need to keep doing what they've been doing, but both these teams are tied right now. So we're going to go right back, and 20 minutes will decide it, just like a beast of these games should.
That's right. Beat on the quads out there to jam with Lumberjack Flash. Both had some success in the first half. Victory lap with the nice hit now. And Lumberjack Flash, as she did to open this game, picks up the first lead jammer.
And Camaret unable to contain Beat on Quads. Chronic with a last-ditch effort. And crashing the pack is Lumberjack Flash. The hands vigorously to the hips. And 4 points advantage, just like in the first half.
That's right.
To the Gores.
Gores inch back ahead into the lead. Machu Picchu out there now. It's going to be a 4-3 pack advantage. Bloody Poppins in the box for the Casgoul.
Each team still has 2 timeouts. Each team gets their official review back for the second half. Time management may become an issue as the skaters get more tired and the game progresses.
Booty Allen out there to jam for the Cass. It is Guardian Pangel. She has no problem turning around on that track, but gets knocked to the inside, and she's going to be forced to re-enter at the back of the pack.
Yeah, she turned around right into Soviet, who knocked her down and out of bounds. Neither jammer able to break free, though. That's Booty Allen trying to fight her way free. Brent Beaver, Mansbridge, Machu Picchu, and T-Rex holding her back. Finally through for Lean Jammer. All on their heels. Guardian Pangel right by 3-5. Chasing her down, and they're going to call it off.
Pretty good work at the front of the pack by the Gores blockers. Pretty good work at the back of the pack by the Cass blockers. Holding back both of those jammers.
2 jams in, only 4 points have been scored in the second half. Those 4 points going to the Gores. 75-71, Ontario versus Quebec. 18 minutes remaining in the championship bout, the Beast of the East.
Lumberjack Flash back out on the track, so perhaps tightening up the jammer rotation are the Gores bench managers. And she is against La Trapeuse. Number 14 for the Casgoul. La Trapeuse has an inside lane. She's getting through. She is your lead jammer.
Picked up a nice whip off of Shireen. Shireen then trying to hold back Lumberjack Flash, unsuccessful. So going to be some hustle on the track.
Trapeuse now coming up on the second straightaway. Hits Chronic, trying to pick up some points. Lumberjack Flash advancing quickly, calls it off just in time, and picks up 2 points.
2 points. And the score is 75-73. And third, we were talking at the half. Chronic has been in the action on the track a lot in the first half. Often the only blocker remaining on the track for her team, as the Gores got penalty troubles. She still has 0 penalties, playing very clean and yet being very effective for her team. You gotta admire that.
That's right, the veteran blocker. Talked about her a lot. I'm sure she's going to be key for the rest of this game, especially in the absence of Santa Muerta. They're the 2 most experienced blockers for the Gores. Guardian Pangel back out there now to jam, once again in leopard print, against Beat on the Quads, who was dragged back by Machu Picchu.
Beat on the Quads, he's past the back wall, leopard print, Margaret through the front, lead jammer for Casgoul.
Oh, and Machu Picchu doing a nice job of stopping Feline Dion, who's just picked up with the 4th penalty on a direction of gameplay. Guardian Pangel now through the front of that pack. Already scoring, though, is Beat on Quad. She's picked up a few, looking for the rest. Machu Picchu, last line of defense in turn number 4. Number 3, coming in on turn number 4. Beat on Quads, gets them all, calls it off.
Calls it off at the last second. 4 points for Beat on the Quad, and that will give us our first lead change of the second half. Multiple in the first of the second, 77-75, Casgoul over the Gore Roller Girls. 16 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this championship bout.
2 points is the difference. Both jammer rotations getting very, very tight. Booty Allen now out there against Lumberjack Flash. Casgoul moving the pack forward. Lumberjack hits it. And Chronic now giving some offense, but it's Booty Allen who may have the step on her. She does. Lead jammer by inches.
And here comes, wow, Lumberjack Flash with a hit at the whistle. No points going to be given, but we have talked about Lumberjack Flash. She gets that angry look on her face, and she just is looking for that jammer hit. And you know what? Hunt Carl, realizing that she's got some energy in her feet still, puts her right back on the track.
Beaver Mansbridge getting the pivot star just in case. Feline Dion is standing in the box, so Casgoul will have all 4 blockers soon. Timeout now being called by Roller Derby Quebec. And I
All right?
It's maybe turning into an official review.
It does look like that. I wonder if he's going to question whether that hit was late. It seemed to be happening while the first set of whistles was blown. But I can see if I was coaching on the side of Casgoule, I would certainly question whether or not that hit was late. Now, do you want to take your official review this early in the half?
Given the way these games have been going.
Yep, absolutely. So it's, but I mean, if he feels that he can get his team a power jam out of it, it might be worth taking that risk.
Yes.
Again, we did not confirm whether or not we're playing under the new rule set for official reviews, where if you win your official review, you get to
earn
keep
it back.
That's
Yeah,
right.
or keep it.
So, but we're going to find out what happens when the Zebras finish their huddle after the discussion happens. And once again, we do have an announcer ref who will fill in Plastic Patrick and Lightning Slim, who are in-house announcers, and they will provide us with the information, hopefully, which we will then relay to you at home.
It is Bruce Lee, the bench coach for the Casgoule out there with the captain, beat on quads. And I believe it is Chronic, speaking of who is going to be wearing the C for the Gorgo Roller Girls, right. It's Chronic wearing the C. Perhaps it shouldn't be a surprise.
Skaters are returning to the track, but the referees are still in discussion. Official timeout has moved past that magical 90-second mark there, Bernard.
That's right. They will disappear, and we do remind you to stick around. We're going to show you the trophy presentation at the end of the game too. You've probably been seeing the trophy over our shoulders.
Yes.
All game. It's an egg with some kind of gross creature popping out of the top of it.
That would be
beautiful
the beast.
work. That would be the beast.
Birth.
That's right. So the birth of the beast.
Yeah, absolutely.
By Tommy Toxic. Patricide has finished his explanation. Nothing seems to have changed.
Information coming to the in-house announcers. We'll fill you in. So it was exactly what we had discussed, Nerd. They challenged whether that hit was legal at the end of the jam. It was decided that what happened before the fourth whistle was blown, therefore it was legal.
Inside lane was wide open and Trapeuse took it. Well, Lumberjack Flash had to power her way past Shy Dean. She did. Both jammers are out. A little bit of a lead, though, for Trapeuse is going to allow her to try and pick up some points here.
Trapeuse going to need eyes on the back of the head as she crashes it back. Calls it off just before Lumberjack Flash can get there. 4 points for the Casgoule. They move to 81. Gorgo Roller Girls at 75.
5 minutes in to the second and final half of this 2014 Beast of the East Championship. Wow, remember to talk to us. Hashtag Beast of the East 2014.
Let us know how you've been enjoying this tournament. I know everybody here has been dying with the excitement. The roar of the crowd has been tumultuous all weekend long, and the jam is underway. Feet on the quads, wearing the C, wearing the star for the Casgoule. Guardian Painter trying to fight their way through the front. And a standstill against a wall of purple.
An amazing defense now led by Feline Dion. Soviet. And it looks like Guardian Pangel. Looks like it was going to be all right. Feline Dion trying to draw a track cut from Guardian Pangel, but Pangel again went forced out. Bloody Poppins dragging her back. Matthew beat you at the same time, dragging Beat on the Quads back.
You know, Guardian Pangel took herself out of bounds, thinking that she had cut. And so no track cut was given on that, because no track cut should have happened.
Nice heads-up play from Guardian Pangel, seeing the the ref had called out of play, took the no pass, no penalty, but getting dragged back by Bloody Poppins again.
Guardian Angel looking a little shaken up from that impact earlier on, looking to perhaps pass the star if she can.
And Beat on the Quads, powering her way through that line, stays in bounds as Chronic tries to knock her out. Big lead opening up suddenly for the Casgoule, and this jam, finally Guardian Pangel is through.
For 10 points for Beat on the Quad. She's got one more opportunity to pick off the Leopards at the back. Decides she's just going to call it off. Happy with the 10 she's put on the board. Casgoule at 91. Gorgo Roller Girls at 75. 16 points is the lead now with 13 minutes remaining in this bout.
Biggest lead of the game for the Casgoule so far. Gorgo Roller Girls had control of things 5 minutes in. 5-on-5 still on the track. Feline Dion back out there. She's sitting on 4 penalties. Gorgor
Carl
pack.
indicating he wants a bridge from his Gorgor roller girls as the Catskill are up at the pivot line.
And once again, the Catskills seeming very comfortable holding the jammers at the front. Lumberjack Flash trying to fight her way through. Weaving in and out, but these Catskill skaters just keeping it together and refusing to be broken apart. But at the back of the pack, the Gorgor Roller Girls doing the same thing to Booty Allen.
Lumberjack Flash got knocked to the inbounds, was not happy, came around to the outside, got past Soviet, picked up lead jammer for the Gores, and is now motoring around the track. Booty Allen now through for Catskill.
Wow, Lumberjack Flash going in shoulder first to that pack, picking up some points, calling it off. How many did you get? All four.
All four, but man, the hits are coming fast and hard in the pack. I know Guardian Angel was looking a little winded that last time she went through. Lumberjack Flash complaining about some of the hits as well. The hits are hard, they hurt, but they were legal.
That's right.
12-point lead for the Catskill.
And Lumberjack
12
Flash.
minutes remaining.
That's right. Lumberjack Flash herself started to initiate some of those contacts on her second pass as well.
She has been known to do such a thing, yes.
Electric Chapuz out against R.I. Pink. Haven't seen much from R.I. Pink this half or this game. Much in Chapuz on the inside once again is your lead jammer. R.I. Pink though able to weave her way through as well. Gets by Brass Knucks the pivot and is on her scoring pass.
Chapuz coming through looking for points. Hit from Emma Dilemma won't swap. Very good by Machu Picchu. That's going to allow R.I. Pink to steal 4 points, nerd.
Nice job by Machu Picchu, just the last line of defense hitting her out. Chapuz now looking to get more points. Her bench telling her to call it off.
No, it wasn't in time. Did any more points get stolen?
No, they did not.
Nothing.
She had hit the pack, but she couldn't quite slip her hips past the blockers. So calling it off just in time.
Trade off. Again, massive excitement in the pack. You know, R.I. Pink for the Gores, sort of a utility jammer that they bring in from time to time, but having great success for them. Really, you know, embracing that role and putting points on the board for a team when they ask her to.
That's right, and Beaver Mansbridge out. She's also spending most of this game in the pack, but we've seen her jam all weekend. Beat on the quads, wearing the star for the Catskill. Beaver Mansbridge getting knocked outside, comes back in, goes up against the one blocker. Feline Dion now the pivot, and Soviet working the front of that pack. Brass Knucks with a big hit as well, but Beaver Mansbridge is your lead jammer.
Still stuck in the back and beat on the front. She's got one to beat. That's Chronic. Chronic can't get a hip on her. She gets through as well. So Beaver's going to have to be careful as Beat on Quads is ready to hit the back of the pack as well.
Beat on Quads, one of the speedier jammers in this tournament. Beaver calling it off as she falls to her knees on the inside. How's that going to work out? 2 points picked up for Beaver.
2 points to 0, bringing us to a 10-point differential. 95 for the Catskill, 85 for the Gorgor Roller Girls. 9.5 minutes remaining in the championship bout. Nobody willing to give an inch. Catskill trying to defend their lead, and the Gores trying to claw their way back in.
Booty Allen out there to jam this one for the Catskill. 4-3 pack advantage they have, and it is going to be a Lumberjack Flash for the Gorgor Roller Girls in the leopard print. Jammers are off. Once again, Lumberjack Flash running into that front wall, but this time able to break through it. She's your lead jammer.
Right up behind her, Booty Allen, about a 15-foot gap. Lumberjack Flash gonna have to hustle,
right.
Pulling a bit of a gap.
Telling her blockers to move it. The Gores had fallen to the back of the pack, and I think this is gonna force a call off.
Oh, lovely work by Machu Picchu. Picks off not one, but 2 blockers.
That's right, and 2 points now going to the Gores, and that's gonna lead to a timeout called now by the Catskill as they try to halt this momentum shift in this game as the Gores start to claw their way back.
All right, that really interesting play in that jam. A timeout going to the Catskill. Smart move on their part. Gorgors slowly trying to bring their way back. But, you know, Lumberjack Flash asking her team to roll forward, knowing that the opposing jammer was right behind her. And the Gores pick up the pace, the pack gets moving, and the Machu Picchu with that massive clear to the outside, picking off 2 of the Catskill blockers, and picking up 2 points for the team. Great teamwork, great communication on the part of Gores. I love to see that on the track of the team.
That was a clutch move by Machu Picchu. She has really come of age in this tournament, shall we say. This is the biggest stage she has yet to play on, and she has shown for sure.
And she has been paired mostly with Santa Muerte all weekend. Santa Muerte falling out in the first half. Now she's had to step up on her own and be the leader on the track.
That's right, and we are seeing a lot more from Chronic here in the second half as she tries to make up for some of that gap in leadership with the loss of Santa Muerta, and Chronic has still been playing a very clean game.
Absolutely. Trap Buzz going up against Guardian Angel. Only one blocker in the box at the moment. That is Moose Knuckles, I believe.
Moose Knuckles, yes, standing in the box.
Oh, we're going to get an official timeout now.
Once again, the score differential is 8 points, 8 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the second half. And you know, at home, you should be complaining on hashtag BOE 2014 because every other time there's an official review, you guys have to look at us instead of looking at roller derby.
We apologize.
No one wants to look at the announcers when we could be seeing roller derby. So hopefully this official review will be a quick one and we'll get back to the action on the track.
Exactly.
So as far as I know, Feline Dion has now slipped into 4 penalties, so she's 1 away. Machu Picchu has kept it clean so far through the first half of this second half. And Booty Allen also has kept it clean.
Exactly, yes. I think less penalties in the second half than in the first half. The teams have calmed down a bit, knowing that they have to make it through the full 20 minutes. We're down to the last 8:49 though, so things may get messy out there, nerd. Teams are exhausted, and the game is on the line. 95-87, we're back underway.
That's right, no team is desperate yet. It's still very close on the clock. On the scoreboard, Guardian Angel now coming up against Feline Dion. Brass Nux is back there as well, and that trip was on the outside. Picks up lead, Jammer. Shy Dean with a nice hit, knocks her down. Brass Nux being sent to the penalty box.
A low block on Guardian Angel. Guardian Angel trying to get past Feline Dion. She'll escape as well. Lapchapuz trying to pick up leopard print points right now.
Nice work by Victory Lap to hold that inside and force Trapuz to stay in the pack. Guardian Angel around quickly. She's coming around to steal a couple points, at least one.
3-2.
2 stolen for the Gores. So
though the jam was a victory for Casgo, they still ended up giving up 2 points. 3-2. 7-point lead.
A 1-point gain on that jam. Beaver Mansbridge back out against beat on the quads. Beaver did pick up lead jammer the last time these two were out. They were out together.
Fixed the score a bit for us as we're now in a palindrome, everybody. Gore's at 89, Casgull at 98. Dirty Marty out there is cheering for everyone to have a drink.
Beaver Mansbridge now, Machu Picchu trying to work the outside of that track, but on the inside, being on the quads, it's got Emma full deck to beat. She does so. Lead jammer for the Casco.
That looks like number 5 for Feline Dion. Patricide, the head ref, is over waiting for her to arrive. They're going to lose one of their top blockers. Dion quad through, spins around the inside line, calls off the jam. 3 points. Casgo will break the century mark now. But Feline Dion is done for Beast League 2014.
That's right, and she is heading to the box with the stripe on her head, so hopefully they've got an extra helmet cover. I don't think Feline Dion realizes that she's wearing the pivot stripe. Okay, so both teams now losing key blockers in the pack. Things are all even. The Cascool, though, have a 12-point lead with 7 minutes to go.
Now we're going to have to get an official timeout because they need to clear things up. Yes, because Feline Dion was left as the pivot, they need to put a pivot in the penalty box.
Right.
That is exactly what they've done.
And that's the only helmet cover they have for the pivot stripe.
We'll have to hopefully find Feline Dion and get the helmet cover back. But that will get us back into action.
Patricide indicating
6:50 remaining.
things are ready to go. Booty Allen now on the line against Lumberjack Flash. 3 in the pack for Cascool, 4.
Casgo really liking the pivot line in this game, nerd.
They really are. Now Moose Knuckles, though, is going to kind of come up and try to help out with some offense. Lumberjack Flash now had a little bit of a land, and she gets it. Fast Brass Knucks, lead jammer. Gore, Roller Girls.
Booty Allen knocked to the outside by Moose Knuckles after providing some offense. Now some nice defense.
Oh, Chronic. Shoulder to chest, a nice clean hit from the Gore Roller Girls veteran. And Lumberjack Flash is picking up points, does go out of bounds, keeps her skate out. Oh, she does not.
She tried so hard, but 2 feet went in, and that is a penalty.
And it looked like her wheel had just stayed out of bounds. Oh,
yes, that's her 4th trip to the box, man.
Just Mo with a makeup call, whether, of course, not intentional, but funny how that seems to happen sometimes. 2 close calls, both jammers in the box.
Well, Booty Allen was still on her initial pass and getting owned in the pack, so she was having a tough time. Power jam now for the Gores, very short. 1 minute in this jam. We will go the full 2.
Oh, Lumberjack Flash takes a big hit as she comes in. She's at least picked up a few more points here. Booty Allen back onto the track, coming up slowly. Big hit at the front of the pack. Soviet and Lumberjack Flash going at it. Oh, and from out of nowhere, Brass Knucks comes through with a hit.
Fixing your wrist guard, Guardian Flash through for 5 points. Roller Girls trying to get closer. Booty Allen unable to get through. I believe has passed the star now.
Yes, she has. Oh, and a big hit from Francesca Furious. Shideen is the jammer for 5 more points picked up for Lumberjack Flash. The Gores right back in it.
2-point game, 15 seconds remain. Lumberjack Flash exhausted. Shideen tumbles to the ground. Finally escaped from the pack, but she's not going to have a time to get around. 5 seconds remaining in the jam. Lumberjack Flash trying to pick up a couple more purple points.
As the jam comes to an end, 2 more for the Gores. We have ourselves a tie game. Let's start all over again with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go.
We played the first half, it was a tie. We played 16 minutes of the second half, and then a tie. 101. That's a palindrome too, people. You need to have another drink. We all need to have another drink because this game is insane.
Oh my, I can't believe it. 4:24 left on the clock, 101 to 101. This Beast of the East, you kind of had a feeling was going to end up this way. So many close games. We've had 1-point games. We've had overtime games. We've had everything in between as well.
Yep.
So unbelievable. Beast of the East tournament ending on an unbelievable note.
This timeout charge to the Gorgon Roller Girls. Gores with 1 timeout left. Casville with 1 timeout left.
Gores also have their official review as well remaining.
Their bench coach, Hart Carl, is a well-known Ontario roller derby referee. Has since retired from refereeing for the most part, but has very good rules knowledge. So has brought back to the team. So he will be watching for an opportunity to use that official review.
For sure. Tie game again. Each team has lost 1 key blocker to foul outs. Beline Dion is fouled out, and Santa Muerte is also fouled out. So Patricide now heading to the penalty box and discussing things there with Francesca Fure.
We're just checking to see. He's talking to Francesca side, yes.
Oh, and it looks like the EMTs are talking to Francesca Fure in the penalty box.
Francesca had been hit in the face earlier in the game, and I believe was bleeding from the nose. She may be doing that again, or it may just be worried about a shot to the head. Again, head injuries in this game have become a plague, and we hate to see anyone get concussions.
And
So,
better safe than sorry, and the EMT just giving her a little bit of a test, and I think it's just it looks like ice to the nose is going to be the solution for Francesca Fure. A transfer from the Royal City Roller Girls, your league. Your high school.
originally skated out with Terminal City briefly, I believe, or with
That's right.
Mainland Misfits, one of the West Coast teams.
Yes, Mainland Misfits.
Mainland Misfits, yes.
All right. We are underway now once again. 4:24 to go. 101 to 101. 4-2 pack advantage for the Cascagoule. La Trapeuse as the jammer comes up against Machu Picchu. And then, and Trapeuse! A momentum cut!
She tried so hard not to do that, but went too far in. That's lead jammer's gonna go to R.I. Pink, the utility jammer.
R.I. Pink also being, oh no, sorry, she's not. Never mind.
The cut is to La Trapeuse.
Yes.
And the Gores with an opportunity to break this game open with under 4 minutes left.
Oh, and wow, beat on the quads now pivoting. She's doing it all for this team. R.I. Pink, slow to get back into the track, looks for the handoff to Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu picks up the star.
And the fans are going crazy.
But she gets hit out by Bloody Poppins. Coming back in safely in the outside turn, makes it through. The pack picks up 5 points. Score Roller Girls back in the lead.
Machu Picchu getting it done in the back now with the star on her cap. We're going to go the full 2 minutes, nerd. And that star pass eliminated the lead jammer. The power jam is over. La Trapeuse is out of the penalty box as well.
That's right.
She has not completed her initial pass. She's desperately trying to get through. And we have a track cut. Machu Picchu has her 4th penalty. And she's in the box now. A power jam. Initial pass for La Trapeuse.
Trapeuse now able to score. 5-point lead for the Gorgo Roller Girls could be negated right here. Trapeuse comes in hard to the pack. collides with R.I. Pink and Moose Knuckles. Slow to get up, careful to not cut when she re-enters. R.I. Pink now putting on some blocking. Not what she usually does, but doing a good job, but only can hold her for so long. Trapuz ties up this game.
Power jam is almost over now. It is 15 seconds remaining. Both jammers on a scoring pass right now. 2.5 minutes remaining in this game.
Oh, and a big hit out. Machu Picchu forced all the way back by Soviet.
And that's a track cut on Trapuz. Francesca Fiore drawing the track cut. Time runs out on the jam. Who got points? 4 for the Gores, 2 for Casgill. The Gores regain the lead. 2 minutes remain, and it's going to be a power start for the Gorgo Roller Girls.
Wow, jammer penalties after jammer penalties on that one, and Trapuz, who started that jam with a cut, gets back in the box at the end on a cut as well. Machu Picchu also heading to the penalty box with her 4th penalty, but 2 minutes remaining though. Got to put it all on the track.
All on the line right now. This could technically be the last jam of the game, nerd.
That's right, we are under 2 minutes to go. A Lumberjack Flash getting the star in this power jam. The jam has begun.
It's so loud in this arena, she didn't realize the whistle had blown. Hot Carl telling her to get skating, 12 seconds in. And she's super lead.
Lumberjack Flash with the lead jammer for the Gorgo Roller Girls. Oh, and Chronic with a big hit to ensure there's at least 1 point at the back of the pack. Lady Marianne quick to get up and get back to the front.
Standing in the penalty box, left Trapuz. Power jam is over. Lumberjack Flash is through for 5 points. Left Trapuz now able to attempt her initial pass, nerd.
Yes, and Trapuz though running into Chronic once again. Gamma Ray, another veteran, colliding with, and I believe that Gamma Ray's going to head to the box on a low block. Lumberjack Flash about to finish another pass around Booty Allen. 5 more points on the board. Trapuz.
Booty Allen picking up her 5th trip to the box.
Oh, there it is. Both jammers now back around, under a minute to go. Trapuz picking up 4.
4 points. We have 44 seconds remaining in this game. The Gores rolling the dice. No, they're going to call it off with 1 final pass. The Lumberjack Flash, 4 more points.
Wow, okay.
12-point lead.
Timeout called immediately by the Cass School as they will try to gather themselves. We will have 1 more jam in this championship game at the 2014 Beast of the East. 12-point lead now for the Gorgo Roller Girls. A frantic few minutes of roller derby has the Gores pulling ahead ever so slightly, but 1 jam to go. Still up in the air.
And we have seen this all weekend long. No lead is safe, especially on the last jam. You would think with 12 points, you would favor the Gorgo Roller Girls, but I'm not saying anything. Casco can easily pull this off the way this weekend has gone.
Any prediction anyone has made has just made that person look like a fool all weekend, and I'm not going to throw my hat into the pile any more than I already have.
Not a chance.
About that.
So yeah, 1 last jam. Both teams are going to put out their top squads. We have 1 blocker aside in the penalty box.
It is the pivot though for the Cass School.
Yes.
Looks like Beat on the Quads is going to get the star.
That makes sense.
Yep, and we've got Soviet, Bloody Poppins, and Brass Knucks out there for Cass School. Machu Picchu with the pivot stripe, Chronic and Victory Lap for the Gorgo Roller Girls.
Lumberjack Flash, after getting all those points, is going right back out there and taking the star. Shakes hands on the line with Beat on the Quads. The final jam, likely the final jam of the championship for Beast of the East 2014 is about to get underway. Who's going to win it?
Here we go. Chronic at the front of the pack looking to work some offense. Lumberjack Flash gets through. Lead jammer. Gorgo Roller Girls.
24 seconds remain in this game. As long as she skates safe, she can win this. Unable to get on the pack, Beat on the Quads.
She does go in and goes in hard too and pushes Soviet out of the way. Oh, and finally goes down now, but very quickly back up. A nice re-entry by Lumberjack Flash. Picks up 5 points with 5 seconds. That is probably going to do it. The Gorgo Roller Girls redemption for the loss in 2011 are your 2014 Beast of the East champions. Congratulations.
What a fantastic game by the Gorgo Roller Girls and the Casgul.
I think through lead jammer Gores.
Celine Dion wearing the pivot stripe organizes the ladies in purple and blue. Those are the Casgul. Springing into action to Santa Muerte. They're trying to create a gap.
Feline Dion with a nice hit as Santa tried to sweep from the inside, couldn't quite do it, and Feline Dion, oh, doing well, but Santa now with a big hit and a back block being called on the Gores captain.
Back block for Santa Muerte. She did open up that pack for her, I think, to pick up 5 points. Power jam over, she calls it off. Gore Roller Girls rolling up to 32. Casgoul, a goose egg on the scoreboard. Power jams are their problem right now.
Maybe being caught up a little bit in the moment. This is I guess a comparatively inexperienced team, but this is a very different Gores roster than from previous years. Santa Muerte and Chronic remain from that 2011 team, but they were not key players on that roster at that time. They were just young skaters, so they've come a long way in getting a second chance here. T-Rex jamming now for the Gores, gets knocked to the inside, can't quite keep inbounds. Lead jammer for La Trapeuse. Machu Picchu heading to the penalty box and a forearm call. Oh, excuse me, Trapeuse was not lead jammer.
Oh, you know what? T-Rex was lead jammer.
Yes, T-Rex able to call that off. 2 blockers in the pack now, in the box for the Gores, 4-2 pack advantage. Feline Dion switching up with Bloody Poppins on the inside. Full pack for the Casgoul. Lumberjack Flash against Beat on the Quads.
Beating on the Quads, taking a step back so she can get a run up the wall. Finds it outside line, untouched. A lead jammer of the Casgoul, an opportunity to break the scoreboard deficit.
And Lumberjack Flash now having a hard time getting around Bloody Poppins. Finally takes an outside lane. Soviet goes in for a hurt. A hit. Lumberjack is down quickly, back up and through. 5 points picked up for Beat on the Quads.
Lumberjack Flash is out of the pack, racing away around the track. Beating on the Quads with a shimmy and a shake. Calls it off before Lumberjack can get there. Picks up an additional 3 points for the Casgoul, an 8-point pickup for the ladies from Quebec City. On the previous jam, the little timeout, I believe they took a point away from the Gore girls. I think they were at 32, they're
right.
down to 31. It's a little scoring correction. That's why I had the short timeout there. 31-8 is the score for the Gore Roller Girls, and that will put some pep back in the step for the ladies at the Casgoul.
That's right. Booty Allen is out there to jam. She's got a full pack in front of her. Guardian Pangel standing on the inside in the leopard print for the Gore Roller Girls. Pangel, though, immediately switches to the outside. Looking to get through. Oh, a couple of the Casgoul jammers get caught up with each other and fall, and that allows Guardian Pangel to get through past Brass Knucks and pick up lead jammer.
And fighting her way through herself, that is number 27, Booty Allen. So keeping their jammer rotation tight, the Casgoul going with a 1-2 combo. Here comes Guardian Pangel. She's gonna have to call it off. She might get some points here.
She took a look, saw the jammer coming, just not quite in time, and 1 point stolen just at the end of that jam for the Casgoul. So 3-1 for the Gores.
Yeah, picking up those 3, so that nice little hit to the outside, forcing her to spin around, delaying her just enough and calling off that jam, allowed the Casgoul to pick up that single point, reducing the deficit in the jam to 2. 34-9 is the score. 12 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half of this 20-minute, 20-minute bout. 20-minute half bout.
The Casgoul looking increasingly comfortable. T-Rex back out there now to jam, getting another opportunity with the star, trying to get by all 4 of those Casgoul blockers. La Trapeuse sees a lane on the outside. Moose Knuckles tries to hold her back. Santa can't put her out of jammer for the Casgoul.
Nice last-ditch effort by the veteran pivot, though.
Soviet and Lady Marianne, I believe, holding back. T-Rex is having a hard time getting through as Trapeuse comes around, runs into Santa Muerte, stays up. Moose Knuckles trying to push her out of bounds. Oh, T-Rex standing up, and she is going to be called, I believe. Nope, she is not, but she is passing off the helmet cover to Santa Muerte. It was Francesca Fiore, the blocker, getting the penalty.
Santa absorbing that hit. Number 8, Lady Marianne. She's away into the racing. Trapeuse, realizing it's time to call it off, picks up 5 points for the Casgoul. They're now at 14, 20 points behind the Gore Roller Girls.
Nice work by the Gores defense on that, allowing their jammer and pivot to switch caps, and also still limiting the damage there to just 1 scoring pass for the Casgoul. But nonetheless, they've been creeping back in, and as I said, they've been looking increasingly comfortable out there. R.I. Pink will now jam against Beat on the Quads. 4 2-pack advantage.
Jam underway. That slight pack is still able to give great difficulty to beat on the quads.
It's Chronic and Matthew Beachy working it over, and all right, Pink slips through on the inside. Lead jammer.
Great work by the blocking pair from the Gores. That's going to be a call off.
Nonetheless, though, they did kill that one penalty completely off, and Moose Knuckles is now standing, so she's got less than 10. So a good jam for the Gores.
Yeah, you always have to be pleased when you have a 4-on-2 pack disadvantage and you manage to get your jammer, lead jammer, to hold back that jammer. Not an easy task.
No, and
any conditions.
The veteran Chronic and the youngster Matthew Beachy out there. Chronic, of course, a member of the Bay Street Bruisers, spent last season on CN Power, so she's a very experienced blocker. All right, back underway here now. I believe that's Booty Allen jamming for Casco and picking up the lead jammer. It's full deck with her first jam with the star for the Gorgor Roller Girl. She gets knocked down. She's got Lady Marianne.
That's a back block. That's going to send full deck to the penalty box.
Shy Dean was the one who got hit in the numbers, and that's going to be a power jam now for the Cascool as they come back hard at the midway point of the first half.
They were down by 20 at the beginning of this jam. They've already picked up 5. Booty Allen coming out. Chance from Booty coming from the crowd to cheer on the jammer from Cascool. Fighting her way through the front. That's 10 points on the jam. 10 points in jam. 5 points on this pass. Half the lead has been cut.
10 points is the difference. 9:25 to go. There's a minute left in this jam. The full deck, the Gores jammer is standing. Oh, a big hit delivered there from Moose Knuckles. That's going to at least slow Booty Allen down. Beaver Mansbridge now trying to stop her as well. Cannot. 5 more points. They are within 6. 5 points. They're within 5.
Yes, 15 points so far. The power jam is over. Full deck out. Running to Feline Dion. Knocked down to the ground.
Oh, and Lady Marianne this time taking her turn.
Full deck having a tough time, and Booty Allen coming through on another scoring pass. That is going to tie this game. It's 34 all. Full deck finally getting free. The Cavs go with an opportunity to take the lead down there.
Yes, they do, and this would be a huge comeback completed, and it has been completed. Lead change. The Cascool from Quebec are now winning by 3 points, 37-34, 8.5 to go in the first half.
So interesting move on the part of the Gorgor Roller Girls. They're running a very deep rotation. They've had 5 different skaters out there taking the stuff. Cascool able to roll back very quickly to score and take the lead. Now the Gores have pushed back again, back and forth. They're basically where we were when we started the game, 52-51 for the Gorgor Roller Girls. 5 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the half.
That's right. You are, of course, watching the final of the 2014 Beast of the East, hashtag BOE 2014. If you want to talk to us or talk to each other about what you were seeing, it's been, I think, by everyone's account here in the arena, this has been the most exciting Beast of the East of them all.
Again, we have both personally attended 6 Beasts of the East, and I cannot remember one that has been filled with as much excitement as this one has. I like to say that I come to Beast of the East every year to fall in love with roller derby all over again. I did not expect the love to be this big this year.
Unbelievable tournaments. Great job put on by all the volunteers.
Yes.
Big thanks to CUTV for coming out and outcasting it, filling those big shoes of Canuck Derby TV, who's been covering this tournament for years.
Absolutely.
So we can bring it to you, the fans at home watching. So the referee, Patricide, now is explaining to the bench managers and the captains what occurred there.
And I believe we do have an alternate ref who will hopefully go over and discuss things with our in-house announcers, Plastic Patrick and Lightning Slim. And I will do my best to listen to their discussion and send it back to you at home, where you sit in comfort watching roller derby all weekend long.
Hopefully you're drinking some Pabst Blue Ribbon. Talk about that at hashtag Pabst Canada, hashtag BOE 2014.
That's right, Pabst Blue Ribbon is a strong supporter of roller derby around the world, and a very strong supporter of Beast of the East.
That's right. Perhaps the official beer of Flat Track Roller Derby.
That's right.
All right, it looks like we are now just about ready to get underway.
Yep.
Some explanations being done, and Patricide signaling that we are ready to get this jam going.
The all ref is explaining it to Plastic Patrick. We'll see if we get an explanation.
It looks like now 4-2 pack advantage. RI Pink jamming. Beat on the quads for the Cascool.
All right, so the penalty, the official review was on the penalty to Santa Muerte at the end of the jam. That was not overturned. Santa Muerte continued to sit in the penalty box.
All right, that was a procedure call for a late hit after the whistle. Beat on the quads now coming up against full deck, and Chronic bursts her way through. She is your lead jammer, but RI Pink now just has one to beat, Bloody Poppins, and she does so. A clean pass. She's on her scoring pass about a half track back, and Beat on the quads is approaching quickly.
Chronic, the only blocker remaining on the track for the Gores once again.
Not the first time that's happened.
No, but the jam is called off. Bleeding is stopped, and 4 points going to board, and we have ourselves a lead change.
Oh, another lead change. Cascool 55-52, under 5 to go now in the first half. This Beast of the East final.
So anyone who thought that the Gore Roller Girls were going to run away with it in the first 5 minutes of the game have been proven horribly wrong.
And probably hasn't been watching this year's Beast of the East.
No, not at all. There is no lead that has been safe this tournament.
We've seen a 20-point lead erased in a final jam. Oh, Booty Allen comes through hard, gets lead jammer, also falls hard.
Guardian Pangel up against Feline Dion. Soviet now holding her back, but she is through. Correct cut going to Booty Allen. And now the only jammer on the track is a Gore, and that's Guardian Pangel.
Opportunity for a lead change once again. Booty Allen's just kind of coming back, attempting to come in behind the blocker and just slipped onto the track a little early. Guardian Pangel picks up a quick 5 points. Lead change again.
Lead change. Jam after jam, the lead keeps changing.
Full deck now back on the track. A full blocker pack for the Gores. Guardian Pangel down hard, back up again. Facing off against Bloody Poppins. First line of defense. Feline Dion, the pivot. Santa Muerte back in the penalty box.
That's 3 trips and 3 jams for Santa Muerte. She's really got to be careful. The team leads are out there. Guardian Pangel through on 1 foot. Another 5 points, and Gores extend their lead.
Santa Muerte has fouled out of this game the captain of the Gores and one of their best blockers. Only 17 minutes into the first half.
And you know, sometimes you see the blockers, the skaters celebrating when they get removed from a game, but Santa Muerte looking absolutely dejected as she skated to the dressing room.
Well, she knows that's a big loss for her team, and it's so early in this championship game as well. Picking up 5 penalties very, very quickly. Guardian Pangel now still held in pack. 4 points picked up for Booty Allen. Cascool getting back in.
And this jam will go the full 2 minutes. Both jammers eligible to score. Gores with only a 3-point lead.
Oh, and Pangel gets hit hard and goes down hard. And Feline Dion's going to head to the penalty box for that one.
Guardian Pangel picking up a low block penalty on that hit. She went down hard and she picks up a penalty for her troubles. And that's going to end up with another lead change in this jam. Let's go. But Gores also picking up 5 points, so it's a lead change again.
Guardian Pangel just getting crushed by Feline Dion. Both of them ended up in the penalty box for that.
Yeah, the hit and the low block, both illegal. Both players going to the box. 67-64 is the score. The Gores retaining a 3-point lead. And no real advantage gained from that power jam.
3 on 3 of the pack on this power start. La Trapeuse taking a look. The jam has started. I don't think Quebec realizes it. Oh, this is a big mistake. Wow, a lot of time off of that power jam.
12 seconds before she left the line.
Wow, and it's been loud in here, but it was kind of quiet there.
The Gores are blocking hard in the front.
Getting a lot of penalties, a direction of gameplay for full deck sends her to the box.
And here comes La Trapeuse ready to score. Moose Knuckles, Chronic trying to hold her in the pack. Power jam is over. La Trapeuse is 3 for 5. And there goes Guardian Pangel, hot on her tail, and she's going to get past her, nerd.
Wow, Feline Dion is heading back to the penalty box. So she's going to watch it too. Yeah, both leaders on the track for each of these teams getting into penalty trouble early on in this one. And after all of that, looks like
time out to Casco. 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining in the first half of this game. Score 69-67. Yes, that is another lead change. People sitting at home.
that's right, and it's just been changed. That is now an official review being called by Cascoul, perhaps, to talk about that penalty. Maybe want to get one of those penalties erased for Feline Dion. She would be a big loss. As big a loss as Santa Muerta has been now for the Gores.
Absolutely. I mean, Hawk Carroll did the same thing when Santa went into the box. So a smart move on the part of Cascoul, trying to reduce the number of penalties that their top pivot has been accumulating in this game. The penalties are coming fast and furious in this game.
And it can be devastating to have those foul outs. We saw it in the third place game when Riot Squad losing two of their more experienced blockers, and that kind of had a ripple effect on the team. So you want to keep those blockers on the track. Hopefully the Gorgo Roller Girls have enough depth to make up for the loss of Santa Muerta. The Cascoul also hoping that they have enough depth in case they lose their star pivot.
Yeah, I mean, the Gores, even without Santa out there, put up a stalwart defense, hard-hitting stalwart defense. They did give up the 4 points on the jam, but made everybody pay for it. Cascoul now in the lead, 69 to 67. Not going to be any kind of change, Bernard, from that official review.
That's right. Lumberjack Flash will be your jammer for the Gorgo Roller Girls. Beat on the quads for Cascoul. 4 on 4, 3 on 3 in the pack, 4 on 4 on the track. Beat on the quads is your lead jammer, getting past Beaver Mansbridge, but Lumberjack Flash also through the pack. Beat on the quads, though, very quickly around the track.
Boys bring the point to the front of the pack. Jam is called off. Any points picked up by Beat. And the answer is 2 points. 1 for in the box, 1 for on the track.
71-67, 4-point lead now, 40 seconds to go. We'll have enough time to get one more jam here in the first half.
One final jam for the first half, 71-67. 4 points, Nerd. 4 points.
4 points is the difference. The Gores at one point were up by as much as 32.
They were.
That was the biggest lead of this half, and of course that has been chipped away. The Cascoul just came out, seemed a little phased maybe by the spotlight in their eyes, the first few opening jams, but they are clearly back into this one now. R.I. Pink now jamming up against Booty Allen. Booty Allen battling with the Gores at the back of that pack. R.I. Pink has worked her way to the front. She has, Booty Allen, sorry, is blocking. She's got the one to beat.
R.I. Pink getting through for lead jammer for the Gores. And finally getting out of the pack. It's Lady Marianne who is jamming for the first time in this game.
She and Booty Allen switching positions on this jam. R.I. Pink is through, picked up 4 points, calls it off just as Lady Marianne neared the pack.
Just in time, gets by her bench. Hawk Carl once again frantically signaling for her to call it off. That's going to kill the clock. That's going to kill the first half. And guess what? People watching at home, the score is tied. It's like we didn't even have to play that first half, other than the fact that Santa Muerta has fouled out, and there are a lot of skaters with a lot of penalties.
That's right. I think that is going to become a narrative in the second half of this game. Who can keep their blockers on the track? Penalties just killing both of these teams, 71 to 71 at half. Now we're just,
we are very short half.
That's right.
There's 8 minutes.